All right.
Hey, this is Carpool movie review with Andy.
John, with some social
Yeah,
distance.
with a lot of social distancing. We're still in a car, so we're gonna say this is a Carpool movie review.
Yeah.
Um, this week we watched Fight Club
hmm
from 1999 or made in 1999, featuring Brad Pitt.
And his name is Edward. Edward, I forgot his last name, but yeah.
Yeah.
But great
Um,
film, great film. I really liked it.
yeah, it was a very interesting film, and I did enjoy it as well. Um, it gets you thinking throughout the movie, like,
Yeah.
is
There
this?
were a lot of references and like a lot of scenes that really alluded
Mhm.
to future, like in the future of the film, and like
Yeah, there was a lot of foreshadowing involved.
for sure.
Yeah, like there were there were some popping images of Brad Pitt or Tyler Durden um in some of the scenes. Like there was an office scene, and there was like a really quick pop-up of Brad Pitt in the
Oh, I
background.
did not catch that. If
There were some other scenes that had that. uh
Yeah, I think for me, one of the biggest thing was for me was realizing that the Brad Pitt wasn't real, and that
yeah.
and throughout the movie,
hmm
the director really used a lot of like subtle subtle points and throughout the movie that kind of alluded to that.
Yeah.
Um,
When you watch it for the first time,
yeah, you
you
don't
don't get
catch
it.
it at all.
But after you know that he is Tyler Durden is himself, the main character himself, he's just like a Jekyll and Hyde thing. Um, you later see that some of the points in the earlier in the film that they are foreshadowing
Yeah,
for that moment, which is kind of mind blowing.
yeah. And I was thinking, I was just looking back on some part when I found out that Brad Pitt wasn't real and I looked back around the point where Brad Pitt goes to save the woman at the hotel,
hmm
and when they're kind of running like back from the away from the police,
hmm
like there was a scene where there's like a concave mirror,
hmm
and there was no. But the funny thing is, there was no reflection of either uh of Marla and Brad Pitt. So I was thinking, I was out.
Yeah, he even says that. Yeah. How's the character arc for this? Because I was kind of interested in other people's opinion about if they thought the character arc was great in the film, because I saw it as a little bit linear.
I
Um,
think it is. Yeah, I agree with as it is a linear, and I don't know how else to like describe it because yeah, it's just
it was
linear.
so he was first, um, well, him being himself, not the side of Tyler Durden.
Mhm.
He kind of denied and did not refuse to get involved in this big crimes, you know.
Right.
But in the end, I think he kind of accepted the Tyler Durden part of himself, and so he kind of, you know, saw the whole building collapsing as like a good thing, you know.
Are you talking about oh at the end? Okay.
At the end, yeah, like in the beginning or in the middle, he was kind of hesitant and didn't like the whole big crime thing, the terror thing.
Mhm.
But in the very end, I think he became a little more accepted, and,
Yeah, yeah,
um,
I agree with that. Just
and
the
he took
fact that
in that Tyler Durden part of himself.
yeah, so I thought that part was interesting when he shot himself,
Yeah,
and
that was very good. That was very
yeah,
well done.
like
Um,
Tyler part of his identity is like gone, and then he's now or Brad Pitt is gone.
One thing I didn't like about that scene when he shot himself
Uh
is
huh.
that, you know how he shot himself in the mouth.
Yeah.
So I thought his back of his head is just gone.
But it
And
was
and
like,
Tyler Durden and Brad Pitt turns around, and you see that back of his head is kind of gone.
uh,
But if that happened, the guy's dead.
he's dead.
But you see that he shot through his
Like,
cheek or
wow,
something.
yeah.
Yeah. So he's not really dead, which I understand at that point. I don't know how medical people find that, but
Yeah.
anyways, it wouldn't kill him instantly as opposed to if you actually shot him and like threw the mouth to the back.
Right.
Well, I thought that was kind of off in that scene, how Brad Pitt had his back blown out, but the main character didn't have his back blown out. Um,
That was interesting. I thought when he shot himself, like they were both
yeah,
dying because
yeah,
Tyler, in sense, wanted both of them to die,
yeah,
so that he couldn't inflict any more pain and
yeah.
damages. To,
But that scene of him having that final realization that Brad Pitt is him, um, was very well done scene in my opinion.
I thought that was really good too.
Yeah, cinematography is
Yeah.
great in the film.
I think one more scene that I just realized was that you know how when he first met Tyler or Brad Pitt in the airplane, you know how it's a black woman first?
Mm-hmm.
Did you realize that that black woman dressed exactly like similar to Brad Pitt? Like
No, I
same,
did not get that. That's crazy.
yeah. So it was like same glasses and like same thing. But
Oh
then
wow.
when when Tyler or when the main protagonist was imagining like the airplane blowing up,
Mm-hmm.
after that scene, it transitions into Brad Pitt. I think at that moment is when
Oh.
Tyler becomes Tyler, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's another foreshadowing that
Yeah.
right there. Yeah,
That
that
was
that Tyler is himself, is part of
yeah.
himself. Oh wow, that's good. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just realized it, so I thought it was pretty interesting.
Is there a lot of thread in the movie? I'm trying to think of one right now. That I don't know if that I can't think of. I want to say blood is a thread, but I don't know what it would mean to the.
Yeah.
It'll be hard for me to explain it. Oh, God, this is
I feel
awful
like
on my part.
something if you for us to find out the thread, like we'll have to watch the movie once more or like one or twice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know when he's in the airport and Brad Pitt steals a car?
Yeah.
I don't know what I don't know how that would have happened since now we know that Brad Pitt's imaginary.
Then that was Tyler himself stealing it then, wasn't it?
No, but at the same time he was talking to that guy in the airport asking about where's his luggage.
Or could be his imagination. I don't know. That's a pretty
The
good.
whole yeah, I guess for the easiest way to see it as is to think that the whole thing is imaginative, but I was curious.
No,
Um,
that's a really good point, honestly. That's
it's
very
really hard for me to review this because it's like this is my first time seeing the film and I'm very confused.
yeah. It really is confusing. It's so I think it'll help us to understand if we talk about this. Is there like a social commentary in that movie? Do you think?
Yeah, there's definitely social commentary in it. The whole idea behind their terrorism is kind of the social commentary.
Terrorism?
Yeah, how the society is making us, buy useless stuff and work in jobs that we don't like to buy useless stuff.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was thinking the exact same thing. Yeah.
the consumerism
hmm
and capitalism is a big commentary on this one.
I think that's why their ultimate goal was to bring down the credit card companies.
Hmm.
Yeah.
To erase everybody's debt. And there's another part I think, like there's a social commentary of returning to the most primitive state of human beings, because the way for the people there in the movie to release their stress and relieve their stress as well is to fight, very physical, involved in a physical fight, which is very primitive for most people.
Mhm.
um and since that's the way of expression, I kind of see it as social commentary.
Yeah, I
um
think also like a self of like identity crisis and like mental health issues as
oh
well.
yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, yeah,
A big part of this movie too.
yeah, having that.
That man was mentally ill as fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Bad.
That's schizophrenia, right?
I
I
honestly am
I
not
think
sure.
that's what it is. I think that's the term for it. If I'm wrong,
Vicky, it's okay.
Please correct me. I took psychology class, but
Don't
it's been a
remember.
while. Yeah,
Thank
it's been a while. So, although this movie was confusing and hard for me to understand, I really enjoyed it, and it was very. It had me thinking, and it had my mind
Mhm.
keep rolling. In that sense, it was a great movie. I think
Yeah, and I think going
other
back
was
to
great.
yeah,
Writing
I
was
think
really good.
I think going back to your point on like your character arc and how it was linear, I
Yeah.
think it's also kind of a little, I guess not easy, but like it was still I was still able to follow up the movie and the character
Mhm.
development too. And I think that's what made it really interesting for me and like just seeing how like Tyler developed throughout the movie and just yeah.
And I kind of liked the supporting characters too, like Bob, or his real name was Robert
Poland, Robert Poland, something like
oh
that.
Paulson, Robert Paulson.
Wilson, yeah, something like that,
Something
yeah.
like, yeah, I really liked him.
It was funny.
I think he was a pretty good character in it.
Just the
Marla, I think,
sidekick.
was a pretty interesting character, and I think what's the name of the actress? I forgot. Her last name is Carter, like Bohem Carter, I think.
Mark.
Anyway, I think she was great as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. So overall, this movie, well, I think was pretty good.
Yeah,
It was
honestly,
kind of
for a
entertaining.
1999 movie, I thought it was really good.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
of course, considering it being a '99 movie, the CGI was god
Yeah,
awful. But
well, gotta be lenient sometimes,
the reason why I mentioned this is because it was almost hard for me to watch.
Oh, honestly, I thought it was fine, honestly, for me.
Like, you compare it to Matrix, which is released around the exact same time. I
Mm,
and I and I and I when I saw Matrix, I thought I saw it without too much concern, without having too much concern on the CGI. But for some reason, this movie, I had a little issue with it.
No, I really didn't think about the CGIs that much. I just really enjoyed as a viewer and really
I
thought
should have just enjoyed it, but for
about
some reason, for this movie, I just saw the movie when the CGI came out. I was like, "That is a god awful CGI." Back,
no,
I
I
can't.
understand that,
I couldn't get over it.
but
Um,
yeah.
yeah. So, what would you rate the movie? I gave it an A minus, A minus.
I think I give it an A, honestly. I thought it was a really good movie. I
Yeah,
appreciated it, definitely.
really solid movie.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know what we're watching next,
Yeah.
but
Did you vote yet for the Unsurvey Monkey? The last
oh yeah,
film?
I did. I did the survey. Yeah,
Yes, actually, so
I haven't seen a lot of the movies that were listed there, other than the Tarantino movie. Um,
I'm excited. I gotta go see the list
yeah,
again. But yeah.
I've seen some of them, but I haven't seen a lot of the films that were listed after the Tarantino list.
Hmm.
Yeah, so tune in next time for Quarantine Carpool Review.
Quarantine carpool. Yeah, I like that.
That's
All
our
right.
new name now.
Yeah. All right. Peace.
All right.